Alright, this is the first recording I'm going to do of Dark Souls. This is just going to be a little introduction, show you a little bit about the game, so you can better decide how you want to go about making a character, and what kind of character you want that to be. So we're going to go look at my characters here. Um, this one at the top here is my main character. He's on NG plus 4, I believe, which is the fourth playthrough, or fifth playthrough of the game, sorry. This is my soul level 1 run. Pretty simple, you don't level up at all. This is a PvP build. This was a casual run I was doing. Another PvP build. And then these last two are also PvP builds. So I will show you this build here. Um, it's not really a build, it's just, I mean, it is, but this is my favorite character. Um, I will show you some of the weapons and armors in the game. Weapons are here. I'll just quickly run through, I won't talk about everything. I'll show you the stats here. If you look, I can't really show it, but the E and B is the scaling. So the arm flexing is strength, the hand is dexterity, the candle is intelligence, and the star is faith. So that's the how it scales, how the weapon scales with those abilities or skills. And then top left you see the attack. The slash thrust is the type of attack. Dagger plus 9 is the name of the weapon and how much it's upgraded. And then you can see all the types of damage. Critical is how much you do with backstabs and ripostes. And then damage reduction is blocking. And then you'll see requirements, durability, weight, all that stuff. So I'm just going to quickly run through the weapons here, and you can take a quick look. I have a lot of duplicate weapons because this is a high level character who's played through the game many times. Sorry, I went through that one quick. Um, but if there's any weapon you're especially interested in, you can go ahead and pause the video on there and take a look at it. Um, but right now I'm just running through quickly just so you can get an idea of what these weapons are like, and then I'll do a little bit of demonstration of the different kinds of weapons and what a strength versus a dex build kind of looks like, intelligence, faith, that kind of thing. So you can get an idea of what you might want me to do for a build. Um, I'm going to do a full playthrough. It'll be choose your own adventure, much like Paul's. Um, Much like his Skyrim videos. It'll just be, I mean, it's a linear game, and since I'm assuming a lot of you watching this may not know too much about the game, I will play through how I believe the best way to do is, but I will let you choose the build, what weapons I use, what armor I use, that kind of thing, and, you know, how we go about the game. Um, I could be mage, pyromancer, faith build, uh, dex, strength, whatever you guys want. So as you can see, we're into bows and crossbows now. Then there's catalysts, which you use for sorcery. As you can see, there's quite a few varieties of weapons. These are pyromancy flames. They're used for casting pyromancies, which is basically fire spells. Then there's talismans, excuse me, that are used for casting faith spells and things like that. Um, Faith is pretty fun. All the magics are fun. All the weapon classes are fun. That kind of thing. These two things right here are just, I'll explain that when we get to the point in the game. It's much later on. Now we're into the shields. As you can see, there's quite a few shields here. And I'll just quickly, as you can see in the top left, it says the name. And then you're going to want to look to the right for damage reduction. 100% physical damage reduction means that you take no damage from physical attacks while you're blocking. And then there's the other kinds of damage reduction. And scaling is basically irrelevant, but weight is really important on shields, along with damage reduction. So I'm just going to finish running through here. And there are certain shields that have special um, properties to them, like this one here, Sanctus. Um, while you're using it, you regenerate a small amount of health every second. And then this one, the Grass Crest Shield, you regenerate stamina faster. Blood Shield here gives you very high resistances. You know, there's a lot of different properties to a lot of different shields. So I'm just going to finish up going through here. And there you go, that's all the weapons. I will quickly run through armor. You can get a good idea of what it looks like from the picture on the left there. So I'm going to go through this a little quicker than I went through the weapons. And if you have any questions about anything, I would recommend to going to the Dark Souls wiki. There's a lot of good information there, and you can look up anything in the game. Just be careful for running into spoilers if you don't want to have the game spoiled or anything like that. And I'm just going to go through the armor here. There's a lot of repeats. It's like I said with the weapons. I'm on a higher level new game, so I have a lot of certain items. Lot of armor. After I finish going through this, I will talk about the rings a little bit, and then I will show you a little bit of gameplay, that kind of thing. And then I'll wrap up this video and send it on out. See what you guys think. I apologize if you can hear the television in the background. Um, I will work on sorting background noise out later on once I figure out, you know, some better filming methods. I may even put a face cam in later if you guys want that, so you can see my reactions when I die thousands of times in this game. Just kidding, I'm great. Legend. I also recommend looking up The Legend Never Dies by Only Afro on YouTube. Uh, very, very funny. Alright, so there you go. That's all the, what do they call armors. Now I'm going to go through the rings quickly. You can see the properties of the rings right below the name. Small increase of HP, pretty straightforward. A lot of these. I'll go over anything if it has interesting properties. This, the red tearstone ring. So if your HP is below 25%, then you do, I think it's like 200% increased damage or something like that. It's really good. The blue tearstone is not nearly as good. It increases your defense by very little. Ring of Sacrifice, you don't lose any souls when you die. Boosts miracles. I mean, a lot of this stuff is very straightforward. The Leo ring is a little complicated. It boosts the counterattack strength of thrust weapons. So a counterattack would be like when you hit an enemy as they're attacking you. So that would do bonus damage with thrust weapons while you have this ring on. Critical attacks would be things like ripostes and backstabs. I believe I said that. Changes rolling animation. I'll explain that stuff later. That'll be explained later as well. And then there you go. Alright, so this right here is my main build. Pretty straightforward. I use the Gargoyle's Halberd in my right hand, the S-Stock in my left hand, and a Logan's Catalyst, which is just a very strong catalyst. I use Elite Knight Helm, Hard Leather Armor, Elite Knight Gauntlets, and Elite Knight Leggings. Ring of Favor and Protection, or as most people call it, Ring of Fap, and Havel's Ring. So as you can see, I'm rolling here. That's how you dodge attacks in this game. If you don't use a shield, you can one and two hand your weapons. You have light and strong attacks. And I'll show you the parry mechanic here if I can manage to parry this guy. There we go. And see, it does massive damage. Here, I'll see if I can roll this guy's attack. I messed up the frames. Your healing items in this are Estus. You can see your health and stamina on the top left there. See, invincibility frames into backstab. A lot more damage than a regular attack. The magic you see is a weapon buff. so you can buff your weapons and that kind of deal. I forgot to run through magic and pyromancies actually, which is going to take a little while, but either way, it's worth it so you can see that stuff. Excuse me. I have to run through it here. So, as you can see, this is where you would attune your magic. So, just run through quickly here, and then you can look it up on the wiki if you have any questions. So this is all magic. Here's where it changes to pyromancies. Here's where it changes to miracles. And that's all the spells I have. That's most of the spells of the game, if not all. I'll show you a blocking mechanic. There's just straightforward blocking, blocks most damage.